interested in shutting people down? Would you like to be a support that's capable of defending themselves from 90% of attackers? Then maining Ana might be the right choice for you. Hit it, Doc! Ana is an OG character both in lore and as a survivor of the original Overwatch. She reigns supreme as a support, being able to both provide offense and defense in a meaningful capacity. She tends to attract those who are more mechanically gifted, or those who just blunt her as their mommy. Ugh. To be fair though, through dialogue lines, she's kinda seen as a mother to all, and a legend to behold, even if she did get her eye shot out. But that's probably enough kiss and tail, so let's get into abilities. Ana's primary is the good old shoot and scoot. You shoot, you scoot, and if you don't...
I'm sorry, little one.
You're dead. Her rifle fires a healing bullet to a friend and a painful reminder of what she's capable of as an enemy. The healing side of her gun is pretty powerful, healing a solid 70 HP per shot, which can usually heal up a target pretty well. The most powerful thing about it is that you can heal from any distance, which can be downright broken on certain maps. It doesn't matter the distance, as there's no fall off on your heals, so feel free to heal up that 76 in the back and enable him to tear up everything on the enemy team. Ana's shot does 70 damage over half a second, which seems a little odd, but doesn't usually affect things in the grand scheme of things. Your rifle can be fired pretty fast, so you usually can deal with flankers or low HP targets that are running away. If you're looking for a little bit of adventure, you can always try and outsnipe Widows and Ashes, but that one will usually leave you belly up with a team begging for heals, so tackle that one at your own risk. But let's say things get a little too tense and someone's trying to get handsy. Well, you got a nice little tool for that. Are things getting too personal? Is someone trying to get their clutches on you for escaping like a greased up pig? Not you, get out of here. Well, have no fear, your sleep dart is here, and it's packing some real freaking heat. Watch as you suck the fun out of it for everyone else as you put an immediate halt to whatever the enemy had planned. Once you hit him with your sleep dart, you are left with one of two choices. Do you A, run away like a coward screaming to your team for help, or B, hit that idiot who dared attack you with the OG Ana combo, and kill them where they stand, or in this case, sleep. There really isn't a right decision here, because it depends on your skill level and the specific enemy. Obviously, if Orion charges you and you hit that sleep dart, you aren't gonna be exactly pining for option B. Unless you want to get nailed into the earth like a human nail. Point is, you're just gonna have to use your best judgment on that one and just try your best. Be warned though, if you or your teammates shoot the sleeping idiot, they're gonna wake up and be rather upset as they haven't had their morning coffee.
Enemy spotted.
Now for one of the things that truly get Ana mains up at night. Interrupting ults! If you've played absolutely any Ana whatsoever at any skill level, you know how satisfying it is to shut down someone else's ult. Ana excels at this, and can turn about anyone's ult into a non-factor. It's especially fun to do this with Sigmas and Hogs, as they tend to be some of the easiest targets, and the most satisfying to hit. Do be warned though, for characters like Hog and 76, if you or your teammates shoot them while they're asleep, they'll still have whatever time left is on their ult when they wake up, which can lead to some awkward experiences. I think that's probably enough sleep talk though. I think it's about time for some controversy. I think it's time for her nade. Ana's nade is by far the most punishing part of her kit for new/lower ranked players. Not to say it isn't nearly as painful/impactful in higher tier play, but it's just not nearly as painful as in low tier lobbies, as no one knows how to deal with it. Ana's nade does both a good chunk of damage, 90 damages worth, and is used for the OG Ana combo. It also injects the enemy or teammate with a serum I like to call SBD, which stands for Stop Being Dumb. Is your teammate rushing into the entire enemy team by themselves? SBD. Is an enemy Genji charging at you with no fear while your team couldn't be bothered to turn around even if they were paid to? SBD. Is the enemy tank just standing there while both of the enemy healers are just sitting there pumping him full of heals? SBD. I think you get the idea. Her nade is a godsend for you and your team, and an absolute nightmare for enemy Hog players. Seriously, I don't think she could counter Hog any harder. For offense, her nade is ungodly strong and can make or break teamfights or duels if utilized properly. If your team is focusing down single targets, then her nade can essentially guarantee that enemy will be dead in 0.2 seconds. But even if that's not the case, her nade is still really strong, as it can force out enemies who don't want to risk getting killed, and is an amazing piece of pressure that can easily win teamfights like there's no tomorrow. As for a support option, if your team is taking just a little bit too much heat and you need them to last a little bit longer, usually tanks, then throwing your nade out for support can work out pretty well, as the nade gives a 50% increase in healing and can truly counteract all the damage flying around nowadays. But let's say that's not working, then it may be time for you to roll up your sleeve and inject some of that good old... When Nano Boost deployed, you activate the good old drool mode. You essentially turn a virgin teammate into a battle-hardened Chad who devastates the enemy with reckless abandon. Either that, or they waste it and do jack all while you just sit there and cry because they can't hit the broadside of a barn. Looking at you, DPS players. Regardless, her ult gives a good chunk of healing and a massive increase in damage and firing speed. While active, it makes you feel well and truly like a god amongst men, as the damage you can do is truly ridiculous. Especially if you pair it with another ult like 76, or if you're truly off your rocker, Bob. No, really. I got together with a friend of mine and we tore through whole teams asunder with the strat. Give it a try if you're looking for some stupid fun. One of the only downsides is that her ult is slow charging, so you usually only get 1 or 2 per round. So you gotta be popping them at good times so they don't go to waste. Congrats! Now you got all you need to get out there and forge your own path to glory. It's up to you now to show them boys that supports aren't just for healing and that we can fight back. So get out there, soldier, and support your team. Now if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go sleep. Hey, post-editing Shimp here. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to subscribe. Lets me know that you're enjoying this and that it's worth it in the end. Have a wonderful day.